All right, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. The State of the Union is going to be done on February 5th, talking a week from tomorrow. And we're going to get into why the silver was so important and why it led to bigger fish and bigger things. Pizzagate, things going on internationally, uh, many other things. This is such a great report. I'll give you the full link on this. Here goes.
Afternoon, everyone. You're listening to Red Pill 78. I am the corruption detector, and this is your Red Pill News.
Okay, so you got it. This is the Red Pill News. You got 14,000 views on this, almost 15,000 Red Pill News RPN.
Just in from the Gateway Pundit, acting AG Whitaker says Mueller's investigation is close to being completed.
Now, remember from other reports, I told you that this acting AG Whitaker is going to be a sacrificial lamb and lead to bigger things. This is a great guy. No one's got anything on him. I think Burr or Barr, however you pronounce his name, is going to come in next. I think there's a lot of dirt on him through the CIA, but I think Trump is going to use that dirt to make him push his buttons and make him prosecute a lot of this stuff that's set up. We'll see. Time will tell on all this stuff.
I think we all know what that means. Once this is done, we can move on to some bigger and better things. I think.
Now remember, Q's plan was once this is done and this is out, we're going to get into FISA 1 and FISA 2, bigger and better things. Now think about the timing on this. This is going to come out here in the next month or two, maybe 3. And think about the timing on this before the 2020 elections and before the stuff that's going to add up to who's running for the president and why, and also about who is doing what in the Congress and Senate and who's doing what in bigger fish, not only Hillary and Obama, but other individuals in the FBI, Rosenstein and others, Page, I mean a ton of them. A ton of them. So just think about that. Bigger fish are coming.
I think that with the conclusion of Mueller's investigation, we're not only going to see the vindication of President Trump, but we are also going to see the implication of some extremely nasty people that we have all been hoping would go down in some serious, serious crimes.
All right, let's go on to another couple parts. Remember, Mueller is being used by Trump, too. We've got the dirt on him. He knows it. Remember, Flynn has testified big time, not going to be prosecuted because some stuff is coming out that they weren't even aware of. And they knew a lot. Remember, they knew a lot. So the military even knows more. And this is why the server was used and let out. So all this stuff could come out in time and bigger fish could be fried.
Either through the various means we have, but right now, the investigation is, I think, close to being completed, and I hope that we can get the report from Director Mueller as soon as possible.
Well, that's very interesting. I think that Whitaker's body language and the way he's looking, I think that says a lot about what is actually going to be in that report. Now, I thought it was very interesting. Someone on Twitter posted this today, Zoda Stone, in response to Greg Rubini. Greg said, FISA goes both ways, and Zoda asks, Greg, what do you think about this? And, oh, what is this? The triumphant return of FBI Anon on 4chan. FBI Anon says, FBI Anon here. Jim Comey and John Brennan have been indicted by a grand jury.
Remember, this FBI Anon, whoever this is, has had some critical information. And remember, not only do we have military Anons coming on Q, but we have other people, other Anons. And this guy is called the FBI Anon. He knows some stuff. He's high enough in the FBI that he knows some serious stuff. And this is great news if it's true. Jim Comey and John Brennan have been indicted by grand jury. The indictments will be made public in 2 weeks from Friday. 2 weeks from Friday. Now let's look at that. If they're talking about this coming up Friday, This was on the 28th. So, yeah, they're looking at the 2nd of February, and 2 weeks from that, of course, is going to be, we're looking at the 14th and 15th. So, we're looking at the time when this 3 weeks is up with the wall and the fence, and know that Trump is already building the wall through the military, through the Army Corps of Engineers, and through military funding. This is all just a smoke screen to get out to this bigger stuff and to expose who's on whose side. This is all about espionage, and it's all about really what's going on behind the scenes. Again, I think Pelosi is going to put up a good show, but ask yourself, why did this come out a week from tomorrow, the State of the Union address? Why was the government opened again? See, this is all pre-planned and pre-set up to things to fall and drop on certain dates and at certain times when things are ready. Think about that. She's being played and she doesn't even know it. And if she knows it, she knows she can't get around it. So that must be a real bite. This stuff here was even more interesting because a lot of people were thinking that Trump really screwed up and we're not going to get to Hillary Rodham Clinton, HRC, or Obama, OBH, or excuse me, Barry Hussein Obama, BHO, excuse me, but we are. And a lot of people thought Trey Gowdy was owned by the deep state. He's not. He just knows that he can't go after them. With this, you're going to see that he is resigning and retiring because he's going to be used in some other things. Remember, Trump's pattern is these people look like they're leading, but actually they're just going on Trump's team and working on some different angles of this out of the public eye. Out of the public eye. Remember that. And this whole story deals with Barry Hussein Obama, and how he authorized this hack, and it was authorized to set up bigger things. He thought he was doing other stuff, but it was all set up to catch bigger fish and see who's doing what, both in the British and Australia and other people worldwide to see what they were doing on this stuff. Remember when InfoWars talked about how the military went back and they went after all these people that got into this server. This was purposely done. This was not done by accident. Now, Nunes knew about this, and when he went to the UK to talk to these spy chiefs, we knew that they were in on this Steele dossier and that their butts were going to get kicked and they were going to get their own nuts in a slammer and a vice on this. He knew about this, and this is why they wouldn't meet with him, and this is why that occurred. But this just confirmed that, and other things are coming with all this stuff being brought out in time. And this is why in this post, he talks about how this was all done to bring out the three intelligence sources of Britain and how they were all in this and they knew about it.
Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the United States. It's a 5-nation alliance of intelligence agencies who promise to share intelligence information with each other.
That's called the Five Eyes Group. But again, Britain and military intelligence knows that they're in trouble with what they did with this thing. And Trump is putting them on warning just to control themselves a bit. You're going to see all this come out. Other fish in this fry, Schiff, deeply disturbing that FBI, gave Nunes all this information. So these top Democrats know that some of this stuff is really disturbing. They know that the proverbial crap going to hit the fan. And it's just a matter of time before heads roll. And remember, this information is going to start coming out with FISA 1 and FISA 2 and etc. with these military tribunals. And it'll probably all start coming out. I'm guessing, but I'll bet it's going to start coming out full war by the end of this year, and especially, I'll bet you $100 bill that's going to come out before the elections in November 2020. You wait and see. None of this timing is by accident. Remember, I'll give you this resource link to this, but this is all to get to the server is not the big thing. The server led to these other investigations, Pizzagate, human trafficking, sexual abuses, other abuses worldwide. This server link led to bigger stories and bigger connections and bigger problems. This was bad enough, but it led to bigger things. This was not done by accident. And of course, we're going to close on this. I just learned today WWG1, WGA. So, of course, what is that? You know, we're in this all together. Where we go one, we go all. That's it. Where we go one, we go all. We're all into this together. What is not being talked about by the media or hardly anyone else is that you're going to have to choose sides. Are you on the black hat team, the white hat team, or somewhere else, just in la la land? But this stuff is all coming to a head and dividing the really great criminals and crooks and elites from those that are going after them. And Trump has decided to go on the side of the white hats and is leading the way to get this stuff all set up and done. He was prepared by the military a long time ago, and he's been working on with the military on this stuff at least, as far as we know, at least 7 to 10 years. That's how much planning has had to go into this, with different people in the DOJ, different people in the military intelligence, different people throughout the government. They've been working on this stuff at least, with Trump, at least 7 to 10 years. Some of the people have been working longer on this stuff, the Arkansas cases and other stuff, as much as 10 or 15 years. It has taken an incredible amount of time to get this stuff together and to bring this to trial, which is what is going to start happening in the end of Trump's first 4 years and will continue big time in his second presidential run after 2020. You wait and see. All of this is about getting stuff in order, straightening this mess up, getting out of the world banks, cleaning up the CIA, cleaning up the media, cleaning up these corporations, cleaning up the financial mess. Like I said, cleaning up the central banks, the Federal Reserve, and the IRS, and some of these major corporations and media that are connected. Like I said, this is one big spider web, and it's all connected. Again, I'll give you the link on this, Red Pill News, and we'll go from there. Good day.